Welcome to an episode of my tutorials about GNU/Linux and Ethernet. In today's video I want to show you how I can write a TCP socket server in C. So here in my socket folder I have already the source for a TCP client, and I will copy this TCP client source file and create a new source file I will call TCP server. And I will also open up a second window in which I can display some man pages which will help us create the server. Okay, so let me open up the TCP server.c file, and here we can see currently the implementation of the client, and let's go over it what we have done here. So first we have created a socket and stored the descriptor to it in the sockfd variable. Then we have set the address to the address of our server to which we want to connect. So this server is running on localhost and on this port here in this case. Then we have used connect to the server, and then we could use send and receive to exchange data between the server and the client. But here this connect we don't need for a server. A server don't connect, a server accepts incoming connections from a client. So let me delete these 6 lines here. And let's open up some man pages. So the first thing we have to do is we have to bind the socket to an address over which the socket is available. So here once again we also need this sock address in struct, which we fill with the port to which the socket should be bind, but the address we have to set to the incoming addresses we want to allow for the server. Therefore we have to set the S address to in address any. This will basically allow connections from any given IP address for our server here. Okay, and then we can call the bind function, which needs the following arguments. The first argument is our socket file descriptor. The second one is the pointer to struct sock address, which describes the address to which we want to bind our socket, but sock address is protocol independent, while sock address in is what we need to use for IP version 4. So we have to typecast sock address into struct sock address. Okay, and the last argument is the size of our address structure we are passing here to bind. Yep, I have one brace too much. Okay, now it's good. And in case status returns 0, the binding worked. If not, we have an error. Or if it returns something not equal to 0, we have an error. So I will print out the error, I will close the file descriptor, and I will return with an error code. Okay. Then the next thing is we have to set our socket in a passive mode in which it waits for incoming connections. And this can be done with the listen function. So listen takes the socket file descriptor on which we want to wait for incoming connections, and here we can specify a size of a queue for waiting incoming connections. So here I will use listen, sockfd, and the queue length will be 1 in my case. And in case this returns 0, it worked. If not, an error occurred. Then I will print out the error code, close the socket descriptor, and return from my program. Okay, and then the next thing we need to do is we have to accept an incoming connection. Therefore, we are using the accept function. And the accept function has the following arguments. The first one is the socket descriptor from which we want to accept the connection. The second one is a struct sock address, an address and the length of an address, which tells us, or in here, the address of the client which was connected to our server will be stored. So over this, or the variable behind this pointer, we can read out the address and the port of the client. And the return value here is a negative error code if an error occurred, or a new socket file descriptor which we can use to communicate with the client. So first I will need some arguments here. I will need a client descriptor. I will need a client address to store the address information from the client. And I will need sock address or socklen len t address len, which I will set to size of client address here. Okay. And now we can call the accept function down here. Accept waits so long until a connection comes from, or listen, maybe, I think accept waits until an incoming connection comes, which it can then accept. So client fd is equal to accept sock fd. Then once again we have to cast our sock address into sock address. And here we are passing a pointer to our address len. Okay, and in case client fd is smaller than 0, an error occurred. And if not, we are now connected, or the server is now connected to a client, and we can communicate with the client by using this client fd. So with send client fd, we are sending the content of text to the client, and with received client fd, we are sending this text here to the client. But let's reverse this, because the client sends first and then receives something, so the server must first receive something and then send something. So yeah. And at the end we have to close the client socket descriptor, and then we can close the server socket descriptor. Okay, and here after we successfully accept an incoming connection, let's print out some information about this incoming connection. So here I will print out client port, client IP address, client address in port, and for printing out the IP address as a string, I need a conversion function. I think I can find it in here. Yes. Yes. This function I can use to convert a struct in address to a char or to a string. So this is what I can use, enet n to a. And here I have to write client address syn address. Yep, that's looking good. Okay, so that should be it. Let me try to compile the program and let's see how much mistakes I've made. I want to save the output in the file ts. Okay, there should be client fd here. Yep, some typos. Client df. Okay, maybe let's start with this here. Here I'm missing a closing brace. Here this is just 1a. And this should be client fd. Okay. Good. Let's try to compile it again, and now it worked. And we can now start our server. And here I will also navigate to socket. Here I have my client's program and I can start the client. Okay. Good, but the bad news is my server is also just sending the string hello from the client. So maybe let's change the string. So down here, let's print out instead the server says hello and a smiley here. Good, but now if I try to start the server again, I'm getting this error, bind address error already in use. And to avoid this warning, what we have to do here is we have to set a socket option after creating the socket here. So I will declare a variable I will call option, and I will set it to 1. And down here I will use set sock option. I want to set the option for my socket descriptor. And this is now important. I will use this option socket reuse address to make the socket reusable. Then I will pass in this option here, and I also have to pass the size of the option. And now if I compile this here and if I run it, now the server is running again, and I can start the client here as well. And we are seeing here now the client received, the client says hello. And of course we can also test this with netcat. So for doing so, I have to start the server again, and with netcat I have to specify the IP address to which I want to connect and the port to which I want to connect. So now we can see a client is connected again, and hello from netcat I will send to the server. So the server received hello from netcat and sends, the server says hello back to netcat. Cool. So that's how to implement a TCP socket server in C. I hope you've enjoyed the video and learned something. In case you want to support my work, you can buy me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/learnersforlinux. So thanks for watching and goodbye.